Hello. Welcome back to my channel. I am Monae and you are watching Life is Monae. I know that I look super extra and dramatic, but it's June and that means that it's Pride Month and it's just the perfect time to be extra and all out. If you're not going to do it for Pride, then I mean, if we can't go to Bella Noche, then where can we go? This video is going to be in collaboration with another YouTuber that I follow, Alexandria. Her YouTube name is Everything Alex, and we decided to get together and do a collaboration on a Pride Month makeup look. So she has a very cool, colorful look of her own. I will put the link to her YouTube in my description. Make sure that you guys go and check it out because she came up with a dope look herself. Before I show you guys how to get this crazy, colorful look, I do want to let you know to stick around towards the end of the video because I will be giving some queer book recommendations in honor of Pride Month, and some of the books are by authors of color, so it's a 2-in-1. You can support authors of color because right now is the time that you should be doing it, and also you get to read some books in honor of Pride Month. Thanks for stopping by my channel. I will see you guys next time. I really hope that you guys enjoy it. You guys, I just bought this Carnival palette and it literally has some amazing colors in there. I can't wait to create a bunch of different looks, but for this one we're gonna go in with this purple and we're gonna put it in the outer corner of this eye, and each eye is gonna have a different collaboration of colors. So we're gonna have purple over here with blue and green, and on the other eye we're gonna have red, orange, and yellow. You guys are just going to watch me dip into the palette and pick up several different colors and kind of just blend them out. And I'm really just putting these colors in the background and getting them to mesh well together. And I'm loving it already. I feel like a peacock. Those of you who have watched my makeup tutorials before, you know that me and yellow, sometimes we don't get along, we gotta tussle a little bit, but this yellow in this palette is hands down the best yellow that I've worked with in I don't know how long, probably in my life. And I've never seen the yellow show up this pigmented and this smooth on the skin. I'm gonna cut my crease with my P. Louise base in the shade 4. And then I'm gonna put a glitter that your girl got from Walmart because I am cheap. And we're gonna put that over the cut crease, and I'm gonna use a NYX glitter glue to lay that down. Right now, I'm going in and adding a winged liner. I skipped my foundation just so this video wasn't super long. I'm going to apply these lashes, and then you guys are going to see me literally copy whatever's on the opposite eye. I'm going to put that on the lower lash line of the other eye. So you'll just see me here putting down the red, the orange, and the yellow, and then I'm going to copy that eye underneath the other eye, if that makes any sense. I keep saying eyes, but you guys, you get what I'm saying. You guys know I cannot resist an opportunity to be extra, so I'm gonna pop in this neon bright green and give you absolute life. And then I'm gonna put on some bottom lashes, which just felt like the right thing to do. I did use a lip liner with a little bit of lip gloss because I felt like my eyes were so dramatic I didn't need to do much for the lips. And yeah, I kept it kind of simple. A little highlighter so I can shine like an illuminating unicorn, and I'm gonna fix my curls to give you some black girl realness, some curl nation, natural hair tings, and then we're gonna jump right into the book review. First book that I have for you guys is going to be All Boys Aren't Blue. This follows a journalist as well as an LGBTQIA activist, George M. Johnson, and it's a memoir, I guess, to his life growing up and what it was like being raised in New Jersey and Virginia while being queer and some of the things that he experienced. So I've heard really good things about this book. I do want to read it, and if you're looking for a good book recommendation, this one's one of the most highly raved about. So make sure you check it out. The next book that I have is You Should See Me in a Crown. I actually recently ordered this, so it is on my TBR and I will be getting to it. This book follows a girl who is, I'm guessing she always had this dream of going to this particular school, and she was going to go on a financial scholarship, but that financial scholarship ends up falling through. And so her school has a contest where whoever wins prom queen and king will get a scholarship to the school of their choice. So now she must, even though it's really not her style, she must enter into this competition to try to win. I do believe it's a female on female romance because one of the girls that is competing with her is a new girl at her school, and she grows to like her, maybe even fall in love with her. So it comes down to her having to choose her heart versus her future. I'm actually excited about that synopsis. I really like the trope, like having to choose between college and the girl that you love. It just sounds good. It sounds juicy. The next book that I have is actually a rec that I got from a fellow booktuber on Twitter. It is My Brother's Husband. And so what I gather from this book is that this guy has a twin brother who is gay, and he recently passed away. And after he passed away, his lover showed up at his doorstep, the brother's doorstep, and he's like the widow of his gay brother. And the family, even though they're not comfortable with the LGBTQIA community, and it's based in Japan, I believe, or Asian culture altogether. So there's a lot of closeted men and just family complications and problems that they don't talk about, and so unwillingly they welcome him into their home because he wants to get to know more about his lover and where he came from, and all these things just start bursting out of the closet, and it just sounds juicy. So the next book that I have is Red, White, and Royal Blue. This follows two characters named Alex and Henry. Alex's mother just became president of the United States, and Henry is a prince from the UK or Britain altogether, and they kind of have this hatred for each other that goes public. It causes political issues between both countries, and so their leaders come together and basically force them into a friendship just to show the world that they have called a truce. And it's kind of like a hate to love romance because they go from a fake friendship into something a lot more steamy. So if you're into that kind of trope, make sure you check out Red, White, and Royal Blue. Meet Cute Club follows a character named Jordan who is trying to get this romance book club up and thriving, and the local bookstore that he shops at has an employee named Rex who basically teases him about loving romance stories and saying that it's an old thing for grandmothers. And then one day Rex shows up to the romance club or the Meet Cute Club's meeting and says that he wants to join, and of course Jordan immediately kind of is skeptical about him joining, but then he kind of allows it because he needs as many members in his club as he can get, and he can't really be picky. So this follows a story where they develop a liking and a romance for each other, and I've heard really good things about this from Mina Reeds. She's a fellow booktuber. Make sure you guys check out her video because she has awesome content. I was watching one of her lives and she was raving about this book, and then I got on Twitter, and then Twitter was like retweeting this book constantly. So it's a book that is on my TBR that I do want to check out. So the next book that I have is Cinderella is dead. And this follows a character named Sophia, and in their world every year or so girls come together for a ball, and they're selected as wives by their display of elegance and finery, and the girls that aren't chosen basically disappear and you never ever hear from them again. Sophia has to attend this ball. She's 16, but she's really in love with her childhood best friend, so she decides to flee the ball, and while she's hiding, she meets a descendant of Cinderella and the evil sisters, and they vow to team up together to try to change this way of life of forcing girls into marriages that they don't want to be in. And the story unfolds because they figure out a lot more secrets and things that were hidden and weren't told to them. You want to note two things about Cinderella is that it actually doesn't release until July 7th, and it is by an author of color, but I still wanted to put it in this video because it's super important that we support authors of color right now. So it is a queer book by an author of color, and it is a new release, so make sure you go ahead and pre-order it and get it shipped to your house as soon as it comes out, or to your tablet as soon as the ebooks are released, and just try to support authors of color as much as you can. So I just wanted to give those two disclaimers, but if it's a trope that sounds interesting to you and you want to read it, make sure you remember it and check it out. The last book that I have is actually called Patsy, and this follows a character by the name of Patsy who gets a visa to where she can come to America, which is something that she has always wanted to do for one of the reasons, including that her childhood best friend lives in New York, and she spent most of her childhood in love with her best friend and didn't allow herself to be with her because society stipulations and her mother and just all the pressures, you know what I'm saying? She wasn't able to really be herself when she was growing up. So now she wants to possibly go to New York and rekindle this flame with her best friend, where she was married before, she does have a daughter, and her mother is still alive, who is not the most supportive of a girl-on-girl relationship. I do want to note again that the author of Patsy, Nicole, is a woman of color as well. So 2-in-1, you can support an author of color and you can read a book that's queer for Queer Month. So that is all that I have for you guys. You guys got a makeup look, 2 makeup looks. Make sure you go out and check out Alex's channel, Everything Alex, and you got some book recommendations. So your month of June should be completely full, and you're welcome. I will see you guys in my next video. Enjoy Pride Month.